Hi guys. Tonight we're going to look at possessive nouns. A possessive noun names who or what owns or has something. Add apostrophe s to a singular noun to make it possessive. Add just an apostrophe to most plural nouns ending in s to make them possessive. In other plural nouns, add apostrophe and s. For example, in this sentence, the teacher's cars were parked in the school's lot. We have more than one teacher and the cars that belong to them were parked in the lot that belongs to the school. So the school is one thing, it's singular noun. You add an apostrophe s. And teachers was a plural noun, so it just got an apostrophe added to the end. So let's take a look at these. The store owners looked at the crowds, and we have to make it the store's owners. So it's one store, so we would spell that S-T-O-R apostrophe S. The store's owners. Look at number 2. People lined up to buy the author's new book. It's one author, so we are going to spell that singularly, and we're going to add an apostrophe S to make it show possession. It's the book that belongs to the author. Now, in number 3, we have a plural noun. It's a noun that already ends in S. All the newspapers reporters wrote about it. So, when we have a plural noun that ends in S, we simply add an apostrophe to the end to show possession. Newspapers. Did you get your parents' permission to buy one? This is more than one parent, meaning like both your mom and dad. So we would just add an apostrophe to the end because it already ended in S. Here's an irregular plural, the word children. So when we say you should see the expression on the children's faces, because this is a special plural form that does not end in S, we add an apostrophe S to it. Even though it is a plural noun, we add an apostrophe S because it has a special plural form. And they are the faces that belong to the children. What's the plural possessive of the following nouns? So if we have the plural noun pandas, already ends in S, we're just going to add an apostrophe to it to make the possessive form. Same thing with the word pythons. It ends in S, so we add an apostrophe to the end. Mice, however, is an irregular plural, so it gets an apostrophe S. Even though it's already a plural noun, it still gets an apostrophe S because it's an irregular plural. Same thing with oxens. Now, because walruses is a plural noun that ends in S, we simply add an apostrophe to the end. Walruses, apostrophe. So, just to review, if you have a special plural form, you add apostrophe S even though the noun is plural. If the plural noun ends in S, just add an apostrophe to the end. Sometimes boys and girls confuse plural nouns with possessive nouns. Remember that plural nouns mean more than one, and possessive nouns are only for when you want to show ownership. So let's take a look at these examples. Here we have a sentence, the building swayed in the breeze. This is a plural noun. It means more than one building. More than one building was swaying in the breeze. And if you go to New York City, sometimes you can check that out. The buildings actually do sway. And then this one, the building's windows rattled in the breeze. Now we're showing possession. They're the windows that belong to the building. So, if you can say that about a noun, then you know it should have an apostrophe somewhere. In this sentence, I couldn't say that anything's belonging to anything. But here, I have two nouns followed up together, so I have to show possession here. I have the building's windows. Let's take a look at how people often mistake possessive nouns for plurals. It's because they sound the same. So if we look at number 1, the department store's elevators carry people to every floor. Let's double check our words that end in S. We have stores and we have elevators. One of these words shows possession. And remember, when two nouns follow each other, like stores and elevators, usually the first one should show possession. So, are they the elevators that belong to the store? They sure are. So we would need to add in an apostrophe here. The department store's elevators carry people to every floor. They're the elevators that belong to the department stores. Let's take a look at number 2. Here we see that it says Mrs. Sasso's classroom is organized, but the rooms in her house are not. Let's take a look at our words that end in S. Here we have Mrs. Sasso's, and here we have rooms. Okay, does anything belong to Mrs. Sasso in this sentence? The classroom does. So in order to show that it belongs to me, I would add in an apostrophe S. Mrs. Sasso's classroom is organized, but the rooms in her house are not. Does anything belong to the rooms? I don't think so. So I think it's just a plural noun showing that there's more than one room in my house. Okay, let's take a look at one where we would have a plural noun. For example, if we had the boys' lockers are very messy, let's think for a minute. Does anything belong to somebody else? We have the lockers that belong to the boys, and they belong to more than one boy. So we would show possession by adding an apostrophe to the end of that word, boys. They are the boys' lockers, the lockers that belong to the boys, and the boys' lockers are very messy. So remember, when you are trying to figure out where to put your apostrophe, a good thing to ask is what does it belong to? And once you figure out that word, then you can know where to add in your apostrophe. We'll practice some more tomorrow. You're done for the night.